In a shocking move, General Motors has announced its decision to shut down its production of electric vehicles. This decision has sent shockwaves through the automotive industry, with EV makers expressing anger and confusion. But what's behind the GM's sudden decision? What does this mean for the future of EVs? And is the market poised to crash? Stick around to find out as we unravel all these in this video. On October 17, 2022, GM announced that it was temporarily halting production on the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra EV trucks. Also, the company has delayed the conversion of its Orion assembly plant in Michigan to an EV truck production facility. The plant, which was originally scheduled to begin EV production in late 2024, will now not be fully converted until late 2025. But with the current state of things in the EV industry, the temporary halt might eventually become a permanent one. Also, the company has missed its target of producing 400,000 EVs in the first half of 2024. Back in 2019, General Motors made a grand announcement about stopping the production of gas-powered vehicles and going all in on the production of EVs. This is a bold plan on the part of the company, and one that, if followed, would rebrand the image of the company in the eyes of customers in the industry. The Chevy pickup line, which was actually doing quite well, was discontinued in favor of the Chevy Bolt EV and the new Ultium EV platform. GM had high hopes for the future of EVs and believed they could leave gas-powered vehicles in the dust. However, things didn't quite go as planned. The Chevy Bolt EV faced numerous production and delivery issues, and the Ultium EV platform didn't sell nearly as well as they hoped. The plan to go full EV turned out to be a money pit, losing them over $1 billion in 2022. That's not all. GM CEO Mary Barra also made a stunning claim that GM would never be able to beat Tesla in the EV market or be profitable selling EVs. Back in 2021, in an interview on CNBC, Barra said that she was confident the automaker could catch up to Tesla and steal its lead in electric vehicles in the US by 2025 with their electrification plan. But now, the company is skeptical about the actualization of their goal, with Barra laying out some shocking financial figures at a recent earnings call. GM has been losing a massive amount of money on its EVs, selling them at a loss of $112,000 per vehicle, with some higher range models losing even more. This is a direct result of the massive costs associated with the United Auto Workers strike, which cost GM over $750 million in just 1 week. This strike has forced GM to sell its EVs at a loss, and it doesn't seem like the company will be able to turn a profit anytime soon. A reason is that most people aren't willing to part with their hard-earned money for a vehicle that can only travel 150 miles in winter conditions and has limited to no towing capacity. This has led many to choose gas-powered vehicles in a lower price range for greater stability. Now, CEO Mary Barra announced that the company was going to focus on producing gas-powered cars again. This was a huge about-face, especially considering that gas cars have been selling well. This new move would also allow GM to make some profit and stop the cat race with Tesla, given that they've been clocking in some outstanding sales numbers in gas-powered cars, even surpassing Ford in the last quarter of 2023, becoming the #1 in America. But that's not all. Barra also revealed that the current high cost of making EV batteries will prevent affordable EVs from being available for another decade. However, GM is not the only one facing these challenges with EVs. Ford, another major EV maker, is also facing similar challenges. The company has had to cut production of its flagship EV, the F-150 Lightning, in half, due to lower than expected demand. This has led Ford to predict a financial loss of up to $4.5 billion, or approximately $30,000 per EV. Tesla is the only EV company that has managed to maintain its popularity among EV buyers due to having a strong customer niche. But they have acknowledged the cooling demand for electric vehicles. The reasons for these aren't far-fetched. The first is that the demand for EVs in recent years has plummeted. Even all the efforts of the government to force it down our throats have proved futile. American buyers are losing interest in them, and there's nothing the government or the car manufacturers can do about it. While sales have been increasing in the previous years, sales of EVs have dropped significantly by 20% in the first half of 2023. With the price of EVs remaining high and the cost of fast charging increasing, many middle-class consumers are questioning the value proposition of electric vehicles. While electricity may be cheaper than gasoline, it doesn't make up for the difference in cost if an EV requires frequent maintenance or an incessant increase in the fast charging price. It's clear that buyers need more than just an environmentally friendly vehicle. They need a reliable and affordable way to get from point A to point B. It's due to this that Elon Musk decided to lower the prices of Tesla vehicles. But wait, is that the only reason? Absolutely not. There are alarming fire hazards associated with EVs, resulting in tragic fatalities. Several EV models, including those made by GM, have been involved in fatal incidents where the vehicle caught fire and caused serious injuries or death. Some years ago, GM was hit by a devastating incident where one of their EVs was involved in a fatal collision, dragging a woman for a mile. Tesla, which is considered the leader in the EV market, hasn't been immune either. They have been involved in several incidents where their EVs erupt in spontaneous combustion. Unfortunately, this remains an unresolved issue with no apparent solution in sight. But the problems with EVs don't stop there. Cold weather has a detrimental effect on battery range, meaning that drivers may find themselves stranded and unable to reach a charging station. Even when the batteries are charged, repairs are often costly and time-consuming because you would have to shell out enough money to get a new car just for a battery replacement. Now the reason for GM's dilemma didn't stop at that. When it comes to EVs, one of the reasons customers go for them is their physical appeal. In this category, the GM EVs fail woefully, which is another reason they have been struggling to gain traction in the market. While other automakers have been able to make a splash with their EV offerings, GM's models have consistently fallen short of public expectations. Their unattractive design makes them unable to resonate with the target audience. Take the Chevy Bolt, for example. Even with significant price cuts, the car's unappealing appearance makes it difficult to sell. Furthermore, GM's designs tend to be uninspiring and boring, and the Bolt is no exception. The front fascia looks especially strange, and even the Silverado EV's design is a bit odd. In addition to the technical and financial challenges that GM has faced, the company's public image has also taken a hit. GM has been criticized for pricing its EVs too high while underpaying its workers. This came to a head during the United Auto Workers strike in 2019. GM's quality control issues have also been well documented, with multiple recalls and a $100 million fine for selling faulty vehicles. Given this track record, would you trust an EV that is literally a fire hazard built by them? We heard a resounding no. Some experts even believe that GM's EV strategy will lead to the company's demise by 2026. But luckily for them, they realized the wrecked road they were hurling towards on time. Now, with both EV manufacturers and users grappling with the effects brought by it, what does the future hold for the concept? EVs were supposed to be the future of transportation, but they've been plagued by issues ranging from high costs to safety concerns. Instead of ushering in a cleaner, greener future, EVs are becoming a liability for the environment and for consumers. While GM has returned to focusing on the production of gas-powered vehicles, it's absolutely clear that they're not the only EV company faced with challenges. So it's clear that the entire auto industry has a long way to go when it comes to EVs. The technology is still in its infancy, and maybe we still have a lot of kinks to work out. Over to you, what's your take on the EV issue and the turnaround of GM's focus? Let's know in the comment section.